Hey there again, Tropicana supporters. It's me again, Ethan Chopin. Yes, that was my real name. But you could also call me Plexum or Ethan Plex. It's time to say goodbye to another piece of history in Vegas. Today is Wednesday, October 9th, 2024. And the Trop is going to drop at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. But before the destruction happens, there will be fireworks, along with a drone show. The implosion date was changed twice. Initially, the implosion date was October 2nd at 2 a.m., but it got delayed for about a week. That means we could still see the Trop for a week longer, and then October 8th, still at 2 a.m., but got delayed again for one more day. And also, the implosion time has changed. As of April 2nd, 2024, right after April Fool's Day, the Tropicana Hotel has officially closed its doors permanently for good. 2 days before its 67th anniversary on April 4th. Happy birthday, Trop! Not an April Fool's joke. It actually closed for real. It was the third oldest casino on the Strip, and also one of the few remaining casinos during the city's mob era. The Trop will be imploded today to make room for a $1.5 billion Major League Baseball stadium that will be the new home for the Oakland Athletics. Before the Oakland A's move to Vegas, their temporary home will be at Sutter Health Park in Sacramento. The A's final game at the Oakland Coliseum was on September 26, 2024. The Oakland Coliseum is now sold to the African American Sports and Entertainment Group. The Coliseum was the home of the A's since 1968. Construction of the new stadium will begin in April 2025, 1 year later from the Trop's closure, and will be completed in 2028, just in time for the 2028 season. You will end up seeing an empty lot where the Trop was for about 5 months. For now, you will see the Tropicana in pieces until they clean them all up. If you like the Trop like I am, you will think something is missing. Hey, where did the Tropicana went? This doesn't even feel right at all. A new Bally's casino will also be built along with the new stadium. Initially, the Trop would just be renamed to Bally's. Before opening day, there was a billboard on the Tropicana's construction site that said that a desert oasis was coming. The Trop officially opened its doors as a 3-story building with 300 rooms split into 2 wings on April 4th, 1957. It was the most expensive casino on the Strip, nicknamed the Tiffany of the Strip. Cost $15 million to build. More than 12,500 people have attended the grand opening. The Trop went through 2 major expansions. The Tiffany Tower was opened in 1979 with 600 rooms, later renamed as the Paradise Tower, and the Island Tower was opened in 1986 with 800 rooms, now known as the Club Tower. In August 2009, renovations began for the Trop, costing $180 million, adding a South Beach theme to the property. The renovation was completed in 2010. It was the first major remodel in nearly 25 years. Let's talk about when we went to the Trop ourselves in 2022. I know we are going to the Trop by seeing a piece of paper on the kitchen table the day before we left. I picked up the piece of paper and took it with me. On Christmas Eve, we went to Los Angeles and stayed at a Hampton Inn in Arcadia for 2 nights. After we checked in, I filmed the hotel's elevators and brought stuff to the room. We went to Grandma's house and had dinner at night. We also celebrated Christmas with family without Grandma, because Grandma had died in June of that year due to some type of blockage in her body. Before the last trip to Vegas, before this one, 2 Vegas trips in 2022, we went to San Pedro and dumped Grandma's ashes into the sea while riding a boat with the whole family, alongside with Grandpa's ashes. Both of my grandparents' bodies are burnt after their death. Afterward, we ate lunch at China Buffet and then left for Vegas. On the way, we got stuck in a very bad traffic jam on Interstate 15, the worst one we have ever encountered, due to a truck on fire. We went 20 miles on that freeway for about 8 hours. That's insane. It takes even longer than driving to Grandma's house from home, which takes about 6 hours. We arrived in Vegas like around 11 p.m. late at night. On the first night, we stayed at a Home 2 Suites, the one near the Trop. However, Mom did not want to stay at the Home 2 Suites, so she went to Bally's and slept there instead. The rest of us stayed in Home 2 Suites for that night. On the next day, we stayed at Bally's before it got renovated into Horseshoe. After getting dropped off at Bally's, Father drove home, not wanting to stay in Vegas any longer for some reason. Bally's stayed open, excluding the hotel rooms, during renovation, and it took a few months to remove all the markings and stuff. It reopened on March 24th, 2023 as Horseshoe. After we went back from Grandma's house, we got ready to sleep. I got jump scared by Mom really badly while sleeping at 3 a.m. in the morning. Wow, that was really scary and made me had a nightmare that one night. I am not making this up. On the next day, which was Christmas Day, we woke up and ate breakfast downstairs. Also, I ran off to the Embassy Suites next door and filmed the elevators there, looking around, taking pictures and stuff. You could see the nice views from those elevators. I have used the computer in that hotel to upload my elevator video and stuff. The computers in the hotel we stayed at don't even work at all. I ran back and got ready to go out afterward. We went to Asian Village and Asian Garden Mall in Westminster that day. I filmed the elevators in both of those places, and the ones in Asian Village are both sketchy. We walked around a lot, looked around and stuff. Also, we went to a strip mall and bought some jackfruit there. Then we ate dinner at a restaurant in that city. When we returned, I went to the Embassy Suites again, rode the elevators more, and uploaded the 3 elevator videos that I made on one of the computers there. Also, I hung out in that hotel and walked around outside in the parking lot. I have ridden the elevators in our hotel when it was sleeping time for both of the nights, because yes, I could ride elevators anytime I wanted to when we stayed at any hotel from now on. On the day after Christmas, we got prepared to leave for the Trop. We have breakfast downstairs and go to the Embassy Suites for one last time, just to hang out and ride the elevators. Also, I walked around the parking lot and loaded stuff into the car. We ate lunch in the room before leaving. We checked out at 11 a.m. in the morning. I rode the elevators in our hotel for one last time and then left. When we were driving away, I said bye to our hotel. It was supposed to take 4 hours to drive all the way to Las Vegas. But there was another very bad traffic jam on the way on Interstate 15, twice in a row. When we went to Vegas, we got stuck in traffic for many hours. We just get up and look around. Also, we look for whatever food that is in the car. And that's our dinner. We even try to bypass the traffic jam by exiting random roads and finding the way back to the freeway. Hours later, we stopped by a rest area late at night and took a break there from that crazy traffic jam. We used the restroom there and also walked around in the dark. When we were done, we returned to the traffic jam and got stuck again. A few miles later, the traffic jam has ended and we just head to Vegas. We arrived in Vegas around 11 p.m. late at night. When we got to the Trop, we parked in front of the bungalows, the ones on the right side, which would be our parking spot every time. There are doors that lead right into the bungalows, but it was key carded. That means we must enter through the front of the hotel. When we got in, we went to the lobby and checked in. We also stayed there for 2 nights. After we checked in, we looked for our room. Our room is on floor 14 in the club tower, which I called the inconvenient tower because it was far from the lobby. Our room number was 1491. It was a long way from the lobby, and we even got lost while bringing stuff to the room. We could now go to the bungalows every time because we all now have key cards. There were initially only 2 key cards, and I took the one lying around in its holder on the table in our room. I have kept the key card. Later, Father went to the lobby and asked for 2 more key cards so everyone could have their own. The Paradise Tower, which I call the Convenient Tower, because the elevators are literally right next to the lobby. We were supposed to stay in the Paradise Tower, but they ran out of rooms during that time. I have literally filmed all of the elevators in the Trop on one night. I was so lucky that I rode them all, except for the one in the left bungalows, because we don't know how to get there. The high-rise elevators are hecking fast, and they are very fun to ride. We could see the nice views of Vegas from the club tower elevators. I have even gone outside and rode the bridge elevators outside the Trop. The elevator in the bungalows is so small and sketchy. The bungalows itself was the sketchiest part of the hotel. I even rode the elevators more past midnight and ran around the hotel just to have a lot of fun. After I had way too much fun in the Trop, I got ready to sleep. The next day was the first full day at the Trop. On that day, we walked around the casino and also walked to other casinos nearby, such as New York, and MGM Grand. While Father was working, the reason why we went to Vegas that time was because he wanted to work on something at a place called Switch. The Trop is kinda near his workplace. I even took some of the elevators in those casinos, but I had no time to film them because we kept on walking around. I had so much fun walking on the strip and stuff. that one day. After all of this walking, we went back and rested a little, or whatsoever, until Father came back. When Father came back from work, we tried to look for some restaurant to eat at for dinner. We ate dinner at a Japanese restaurant. After we ate dinner, we went to the Bellagio and took pictures there. We also walked around to see stuff there. I tried filming the garage elevators there, but it was too crowded. However, I have taken one picture of those elevators. Once we came back, we just hung around doing whatever. When we took the elevator on the way to our room, woo! I said, Father mentioned the drop rides. If you like this, the elevator, you should try out one of those drop rides. Also, the room had been stinking so bad that time because someone brought jackfruit from the strip mall back in Westminster into the room, also making the hotel itself smell bad. I rode those really fast elevators in the Trop again, just for fun. Enjoyed the nice views and stuff. I also hung around the top floor of the towers, enjoying myself. Sitting by the window, looking at the view of the airport. I have gone to random floors in both of the towers in the Trop. I have run around a lot, having way too much fun. I am really loving the Trop so much. When I got back to the room, we got ready to sleep. It was our final day at the Trop. We woke up and got ready to go home. While bringing stuff in the car, I went to the MGM Grand and filmed the Death Trap elevator there. Also, I have made a fail video on the mid-rise elevators because the elevators are key carded and I don't even have a key card. Also, the key card only works for the floor you stay at. If you try to go to other floors, it wouldn't work. I pressed every number in that elevator, saying the number out loud, and slapped the keycard scanner afterward. I got mad at that keycard scanner, saying "grr" at it, just like Justin in one of his elevator videos. Then, I tried to get out of the elevator by pressing some buttons, but it didn't seem to work. The doors actually opened up when I pressed the casino button. Once the doors closed, after I got out, I ended the video. I have gone back after doing all of this. I had so much fun in the Trop for one last time. I rode the very fun elevators once more. The very last elevator I rode there was the connection elevator. One time, while going down with the connection elevator, the elevator went back up with us because we had stayed there too long. Once it was down there. Bye, Trop. I will miss you a lot. This was our Christmas vacation in 2022. That was so much fun, and it was a lot. We got so lucky that we stayed in the Tropicana. We didn't even know that the Trop is going to get fucked up 2 years later. The Trop is becoming my favorite casino. Justin, a Sacramento-based elevator photographer, went to the Tropicana in March 2024 just to take pictures and videos there before the closure. Also, he walked around for one last time. However, he didn't even stay there and had a bad ending. He only took the high-rise elevators in both of the towers and the connection elevator. That means he didn't ride off the elevators in the Trop like I do, as I have taken them all. When he got to the bottommost floor of the club tower, some employee was standing there and asked, "What's up, guys? Are you guys filming?" "Yes," said Justin. "Well, just shut it off. Shut it off," said the employee. Justin shut off the elevator as the employee told him to do it. He ended up getting kicked out of the building. As he walked out, there was another employee standing at the front door saying, "As you really appointed represented this property, I'm advising you being trespassing from this property, NRS 207-200, because he's got an attitude now, okay? So, you both be a trespass. Do not come on this property. You'll be arrested." "It's fucking closing anyway," said Justin as he walked away. "Anyone that are not guests are trespassers during that time, and they will get arrested if they come into the Trop again." Uh-oh, that doesn't even sound good at all to me, and it was very stupid. A link to that video I was talking about will be in the description. I felt very bad for you, Justin, as you cannot go into the Trop ever again, 'cause you gonna get arrested. 7 years ago, on October 1st, 2017, there was a mass shooting at the Route 91 Music Festival on the Las Vegas Strip near the Trop. It was the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. This year marks the 7th anniversary of the tragedy. At least 58 people lost their lives, and more than 500 were injured in the incident. Hundreds of people had fled into the Trop to hide from the shooters. The Trop even opened up the secret underground areas to everyone. Thank you, Trop, for saving everyone from the shooting. A permanent memorial to the victims and survivors will be completed in 2027, the 10th anniversary. They have started closing up the Trop by closing off the white bungalows first. Some of the SWAT machines have either been shut down or torn out. Also, some parts of the hotel have been abandoned as they have started a liquidation sale before demolition. You could buy some artwork or bedding for $1 or the iconic theater doors for $25,000. It was April 2nd, 2024. At 3 a.m. in the morning, they closed off the casino floor as Bally's Corporation workers took the gaming machines on carts to the trucks parked outside. Employees started to lock the hotel up at noon when the hotel and restaurant operations ended. A mob of people crowded at the main entrance, holding signs, cheering, crying, and hugging each other. Just before 1 p.m., the Trop was officially closed as security guards chained up the doors. That's the end of the Tropicana. An era has officially ended that day. Pre-demolition inspection shows that the Trop has asbestos in many different parts of the hotel, as it was built in the 1950s, which could be breathed in and trapped in the lungs. This could cause serious health problems, so it must be removed before demolishing the hotel. The last hotel that was imploded was the Riviera in 2016 to make room for the expansion of the Las Vegas Convention Center. The last time I saw this hotel was in 2014, just passing by it, not knowing it would get torn down like the Trop does. And now it is gone forever. The Liv was opened on April 20th, 1955 as a 9-story hotel with 291 rooms. It was the first skyscraper in the Las Vegas Valley and also the tallest building until 1956. On February 20th, 2015, the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, LVCVA, voted to purchase 26 acres of the Liv for $191 million. On May 4th, 2015, the Liv officially closed its doors for good after 12 p.m., 2 weeks before its 60th anniversary. Later that month, the Liv held a liquidation sale with more than 1 million items to purchase. The company that removed the asbestos before implosion was the North Star Contracting Group. 60 to 70 people went 4 to 4, removing asbestos from the drywall and ceiling. Deconstruction of the Liv started on April 23, 2016 by tearing down some parts of the buildings with machines. The towers have been imploded separately due to their size and vast property. On June 14, 2016, the 24-story Monaco Tower was imploded first. Prior to the implosion, there was a fireworks show and a party with live music, food, drinks, and showgirls. At 1 a.m., a crowd of people gathered along Las Vegas Boulevard to watch the implosion of the tower. Now, the only tower that was left was the Monte Carlo Tower. On August 16, 2016, the 22-story Monte Carlo Tower was imploded at 2 a.m. This time, there were no parties, speeches, or designated viewing areas. People were either asked to leave or stay indoors for around half an hour due to the dust from the implosion. Also, the Peppermill Restaurant and Lounge, which was always open for 24 hours, has been temporarily closed for about an hour during implosion time. The Liv was now an empty lot as of August 17, 2016. On January 8, 2017, a parking lot was built on the land that was once the Liv and the Landmark Casino, which was imploded in 1995. Sometime in September 2018, West Hall expansion construction began. It took about 3 years to build the expansion of the convention center. The West Hall grand opening was on June 8, 2021. April 15, 2024. On April 15, 2024, the demolition crew started degutting the left bungalows to remove asbestos. Also, some of the trees are chopped down in the parking lot in front of those bungalows. April 30th, 2024. Some of the parking garage started to get torn down, as they have built a wall to cover some of the torn down garage. May 6, 2024. Crews started to demolish one side of the awning at the front entrance with machines and punched 2 columns of holes in the Paradise Tower for the bulldozers to dump stuff out. They had also sprayed some water at the buildings to control the dust. The windows of 4 of the rooms near the bottom had become holes in the club tower. Most of the parking garage was gone, leaving the ramp behind. May 8, 2024. Crews started to demolish the left bungalows with machines. The awning on one side of the entrance was completely gone, leaving a huge mess behind. However, the other side of the entrance was still looking normal. The bulldozers had dumped some stuff out of the Paradise Tower through those columns of holes. They had dumped stuff out, such as carpets, mattresses, walls, furniture, etc. Looks like they are not saving that stuff, not even the sign from the torn down side of the entrance. Also, they had broken more windows in the club tower. May 10th, 2024. The demolition crew had dumped more stuff on the Paradise Tower, leaving a huge mountain of junk behind, blocking the entrance. One more window had become a hole. The left bungalows have been partially damaged from the outside. May 12th, 2024. The left bungalows are now mostly gone, and the bottom floor of the club tower is gone. The parking lot was now completely gone, with only the ramp left behind. May 15th, 2024. Half of the bottom 2 floors of the Paradise Tower was now gone. More walls have been built. May 18th, 2024. A liquidation sale has begun in the casino area of the Trop. The Trop was open to the public on Saturday and Sunday, 5:18 to 5:19. It costs $20 to enter the Trop for adults 18 plus only. Photos are not permitted in the Trop during that time. Also, there is no air conditioning or running water, and the restrooms are unavailable. May 26, 2024. 4 floors of both the Club Tower and the Paradise Tower were now completely gone, looking kind of like a parking garage. Also, 9 more rooms of the Club Tower had become holes. They had cleaned up the huge mess that blocked the front entrance. There was one singular wall remaining from the left bungalows. Also, another liquidation sale was happening in the casino. May 30th, 2024. The Tropicana sign from the side entrance has been removed and saved. One of the excavators had fallen into a septic tank, causing some damage to the machine. No one had gotten hurt, by the way, from the excavator damage. That was so funny. More walls have been punched out on the higher floors of both towers. The water in the swimming pool had turned green from the algae. June 1st, 2024. The other bungalows right side, which were in the area that I called my beloved parking spot, started to get torn down. We parked there every time we went to the Trop. June 2nd, 2024. The Trop hosted the day liquidation sale, this time in the pavilion, in the back of the property, while the first 2 weekends took place in the casino area. June 3rd, 2024. 3 more floors of the Paradise Tower and the Club Tower had been punched out. June 10th, 2024. 12 floors in total had been punched out of the Paradise Tower. Also, 11 floors were punched out of the Club Tower. June 14th, 2024. 15 floors of the Paradise Tower and 14 floors of the Club Tower have become parking lodged. That means our room was now all gone. Again, our room was $14.91 in the Club Tower. June 21st, 2024. 15 floors of the Club Tower have been completely degutted, while floors 16 to 18 are partially degutted. The walkway that connects the Paradise Tower to the Club Tower has started to get demolished. 18 floors of the Paradise Tower were now degutted. June 26, 2024. 2 rooms each from the top 4 floors of the Paradise Tower have become holes. Also, They started to degut the top 4 floors of the club tower. The pavilion, where the liquidation sale took place, has started to get torn down. The connection walkway was now completely gone. Also, the pool area was left unrecognizable, and the buildings nearby started to get torn down. July 1st, 2024. The top floors of the club tower are almost gone, leaving the frame left. July 3rd, 2024. The side entrance was now gone. Almost every building except for the towers is now non-existent. The sign on the other side of the front entrance was removed and saved. The initial implosion date, October 2nd, has been revealed. July 11th, 2024. An implosion permit has been filed by the demolition company. Controlled demolition. It will be a single explosive event. The earliest will be September 30th and will be completed by October 8th, according to the demolition company. July 15th, 2024. The club and Paradise Towers have been entirely gutted out, leaving behind the frames, looking like a parking garage, but the club tower still has the elevator shafts left. July 20th, 2024. The swimming pool at the center of the property is getting demolished. One of the excavators has a jackhammer on it to break up the sides of the pool. They had started to tear down about one half of Robert Irvine's public house restaurant. However, some of the equipment are still inside the restaurant. Also, the pedestrian bridge that goes into the Trop is starting to get demolished. July 21st, 2024. The backside of the club tower, the side that looks funny to me, was gone. The backside of the club tower's elevator shafts was gone, but the front side is still there. July 26, 2024. The last swimming pool was demolished entirely. More posts and walls are being built along the front corner, making the sidewalks along with it inaccessible. One side of the marquee signs has the bottom advertisement removed, while the other side has the top screen removed. Also, the demolition people placed signs with the demolition company onto the marquee sign. July 29th, 2024. A lower building behind the club tower is getting demolished. More walls are being placed onto the posts. One of the marquee signs now has the other bottom advertisement removed. The demolition crew placed signs with the demolition company onto the other marquee sign and removed one of the bottom advertisements from it. August 4th, 2024. The new implosion date has been confirmed for October 8th. The walkway past the elevator on the pedestrian bridge leading to the Trop was now completely gone. Also, the walkways that lead into MGM Grand and Excalibur are blocked off by walls. August 5th, 2024. The lower buildings continue to get demolished. The crosswalk on Tropicana Avenue has been closed due to construction on the road. August 12th, 2024. The demo crew continued installing more walls by the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana Avenue. Robert Irvine's public house restaurant is almost gone, and the lower buildings beside it are getting demolished. That area looks very unrecognizable now. The front entrance and the right side of the awning are now inexistent. The sidewalks by the club tower are closed off. August 17th, 2024. Robert Irvine's public house restaurant is now completely gone. The club tower only has a little section of the lower building left around the east side of it. The theater area is getting demolished. The buildings on the west side of the front entrance are now demolished. The construction walls are completed. August 21st, 2024. 4 excavators are tearing down a part of the theater area. The east side of the Paradise Tower is continuing to get demolished. August 26, 2024. The implosion date has changed once again along with the time for October 9th at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. September 2nd, 2024. The part of the original building with the porthole windows is now demolished, even if someone has spray painted no demo on it. Just why? September 8th, 2024. The top is almost nothing, but mounds of dirt left. September 9th, 2024. Most of the lower buildings around the Paradise Tower are gone, and the excavators around it are cleaning up and separating the debris. Crews are removing more debris from inside the club tower. September 16th, 2024. There are a few people working on the upper floors of the towers, preparing for the implosion. The lower building behind the club tower was completely gone. The bridge escalators, the ones on the bridge connecting to MGM Grand on the Tropicana side, were boarded up to protect them from the implosion. September 23rd, 2024. Black mesh has been installed to 2 floors of each tower to help hold the debris in. September 25th, 2024. It was revealed that the Trop will use 2,000 plus pounds of explosives for the implosion. The Paradise Tower will use 490 pounds, and the club tower will use 1,700 pounds, more than triple the weight for the Paradise Tower. Also, it was revealed that there will be no public viewing areas available. September 30th, 2024. More black fabric, along with a hanging chain link fence, has been installed onto each tower. The debris from the lower buildings around the Paradise Tower is still being cleaned up. Some holes are being punched into the club tower's elevator shafts. A giant banner with the demo company going gone has been installed on the Paradise Tower. The Tropicana logos are removed from the marquee. It was revealed that the Paradise Tower would be imploded first, only taking 11 seconds to drop each tower, 22 seconds in total. Now it is time to drop the top to the ground. The top is going to drop! Farewell, Tropicana. Well, that is it for the Tropicana, now in shambles. This is officially the end of this piece of Vegas history, reduced to rubble. But the legacy of the Trop will live on forever. Now, let's see what will happen in the years to come. The Trop actually gets better by renovating it into a nice looking shopping mall. I wish that the Trop looked like this in 2028.